Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening to Musalia Mudavadi in Western? Because Musalia Mudavadi was dispatched in Western for 4 days, that is for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, to counter Raila Odinga's rally, to counter Raila Odinga's 5-day tour in the same Western region. Raila Odinga is expected to be in Western from tomorrow, from the Wednesday this week. So it'll be all the way 5 days. That would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And is expected to tour nearly all the Western counties. Deputy President is in the coast. But Musalia Mudavadi's tour there is not very good, or rather is not yielding any fruit. I have seen a video online, and of course I will show you that video, where people are not bothered and they're not even interested in his rallies. So what really bothers me, or what really caught my attention, is the fact that they were there with Moses Wetangula, and they seem to be an isolated lot. The tour by the team going to Central to Western is one that was coming amidst a report, or rather statement by Musalia Mudavadi, that they were going to deliver 90%, not the 70% that Kenya Kwanza needs. Now, let me just say something. Kithure Kindiki, while appearing on a Citizen TV interview, said that the 70% was not a requirement on Musalia Mudavadi as a person, but that is what Kenya Kwanza needed to win the election. And it is a collective responsibility of all the coalition members in Kenya Kwanza, and not on Mudavadi or Moses Wetangula. Now, this rally is coming 2 days after Wetangula also changed. Initially, he had announced that he was not going to seek Bungoma seat. Moses Wetangula, despite the fact that the coalition agreement was handing him over the position of Speaker of the Senate, I think he was the Speaker of the National Assembly, he decided to go and seek re-election in Bungoma. That tells you that even he's not very confident of the Kenya Kwanza team winning the presidency. So last week, the UDA leadership had also instructed Cleophas Malala to campaign for the UDA candidates and not to push for ANC. And that was seen as a way to cripple the influence of Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula. And in my observation, I think Deputy President is simply destroying Musalia Mudavadi. By the time Kenyans will be going to this election, Mudavadi will be finished. I want us to look at this video. First is, the first part of the video is when Mudavadi and Wetangula were getting into a field, and the other part is when they were leaving. So let us look at this video. We'll try to do some fact check a bit, then delve more on it. Looking at that video, there is something that you need to note. First, Moses Wetangula and Mudavadi were coming and getting into a rally, and they were in one car, one same car, and there is no car in front or behind them. That means they were missing chase cars. They don't have official chase cars from government. But when you are going to a rally like in that place, what normally happens is governor candidate, MCA candidate, MP candidate, they accompany you, then they help you get the chase cars. When you get a convoy or such a long caravan, it attracts the attention of people. If you look at that, it was Musalia and Mudavadi, and in simple time they got to that place very casual. Secondly, In that was like an event, or it was a rally that had been organized in a field. Unlike in some places where you go to a town center and you sprout from the car roof and people then pile around. But that was already like an event somewhere. And it is a rural setup. What would have many people would have expected is when Mudavadi were coming from the gate, or rather from that entrance point getting to that rally, the people would have jubilated and that crowd would have scattered coming to welcome them. The reception was not just there. Not even cold, but it was not there. Then you could also see the person who was taking that video, and someone was laughing. I think it's not that woman. There was a woman who was laughing while someone was holding the video. What that shows you is maybe these are some two people that are just standing there, and even the security details were not around, so they were taking and mocking. The person that is laughing there is just a mockery. That means they are not even interested in the son of Mudamba. Ladies and gentlemen, what exactly is happening? So I want to show you these other two photos. I think after this collapsed, the last bit of the video, even when they're leaving the venue, no one was even, they were not even that caravan. I think they just left the event. I don't know if it was a burial or what event it is, but whichever event it is, leaders in caliber of Mudavadi and Mutangula are supposed to cause some disruptions. Two, look at this photo. Now this is a photo of them now going to hold a rally in a market center. They attracted the audience. Of course, you go and sprout. Then if you look at this other one, this is a photo that was taken late evening. It was a bit late in the night. Now what normally happens, even in a town center, late in the evening, that's when you can even get the numbers, because people troop to, especially rural market areas, people troop to the market in the evening. So this is what they took, what it took, and they had to rush to get these photos, because after these videos emerged, Musalia Mudavadi's social media guys rushed to do a post and just to show the numbers. I think because already the narrative was out and Mudavadi had been trending, then they went to Twitter and shared this photo. I think I just need to get it for you. Yes, they shared these photos. Mudavadi and Otangula and Speaker Lusaka campaigning for Deputy William RUTO in Western. And then this was shared by Dennis Itumbi. And now this was countering what had really gotten root, that Mudavadi had received poor reception in that place. In fact, now there is also another photo that is emerging. Now look at this. Mudavadi addressing a rally at Hamisi grounds in Vihiga County. Where? This is what is happening. This is the photo. This tells you that things are not very, really good. Now, I want us to look at what is going wrong. Kindly, if you're watching this video, kindly subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell and also give us your feedback. Let's comment. Let's talk in the comment section. Take the conversation there. And what is your guess on really why the Western is becoming a bit slippery for one Musalia Mudavadi? And kindly like our video. If you like this video, you help really in pushing this channel. There is one thing, and I observed the reason why the Western region is becoming slippery from Musalia Mudavadi. Number one, the position of chief minister with the 70% threshold requirement is making it very controversial, and people don't get the traction in it. In fact, they treat it like a trap. You know, people have been laughing because what the voters in Western are also buying this narrative that it's true that Musalia Mudavadi cannot get 70%. And even William RUTO know that. But even despite of that, I don't understand why, even if William RUTO needed 70% from Musalia Mudavadi, why it had to be put in that power sharing agreement. Honestly, that was unnecessary. Just like Raila Odinga has given Oparanya the treasury under Azimio la Umoja, but doesn't have a requirement of delivering 50% or which percentage from Kakamega. So even if William Ruto needed, I want to understand that the Register of Political Parties could not have maybe rejected the power agreement if they had not mentioned the 70% threshold. Now, this is the catch. The reason why I'm saying it is not catchy, I want you to look at this video here. Of course, we're going to play it in full, but look at this video here. Now, there, the caravan, the campaign lorry, that caravan behind, they had the position of chief minister. There's a photo of Wetangula, Mudavadi, and the chief minister was put there. The chief minister writing that was there, graphic that was there, was intentionally to tell the Western Kenya what they are likely going to get. That position is never attractive. Number two, when you go and tell people in the village that we are going to get 30% of government, Musalia Mudavadi, someone close to that, to the campaign team, should tell him that people don't understand percentages. They don't. If you go and tell people you're going to get 30%, honestly, who knows what that 30% means? You are the only person who, now if you are saying that 30% of cabinet, do you know people in the village who don't even know how many members of cabinet are there? And it doesn't add value. When you tell them, it doesn't add value to them. So that traction is not there because there is nothing tangible. For him to have got a traction in ground after suffering the rejection is suffered by going to support William Ruto, he needed a I think a very special thing to tell the voters. But then I want you to look at a bit of this. My second point is very interesting. The Mount Kenya campaign messaging, you cannot copy paste it to the Western. I listened to Mudavadi, and I want you to listen to this. You listen to this video here. He's talking about something on President Uhuru Kenyatta. Look at what the audience, the way audience are interacting with him. No one is even, people are bored when he's talking about it. Can you listen to that here?
Wengine wanasema ati sisi hatuwezi peana 70% kwa Kenya Kwanza. My friend, sisi tulisaidia huyu mzee wa project wa Azimio, tulimpatia 90% of the vote. Uhuru amekuwa akijivunia kwamba serikali yake imeweka lami katika Kenya kwa miaka 10, 10,000 kilometers of new tarmac road. Alipokuwa kwa mkutano Sagana, akiambia watu wake wa Sagana kwamba yeye amejenga 10,000 kilometers of tarmac, aliwaambia 5,000, 50% ya hiyo 10,000 iko kwa Mlima Kenya peke yake.
Hata watu hawabebi mkono, no one is saying anything, no one is doing anything. Even though I know that sometimes the camera microphone that captures this video normally focuses on the speaker, but he's far and he can capture the audience. The audience was quiet. So Musalia Mudavadi should understand, if William Ruto campaign team had made a script that Central Kenya has a problem with the president Uhuru Kenyatta, that cannot be and should not be copy-pasted for the Western voters. Honestly, they may not have a problem with the president. And if they have the problem, it cannot be as huge as the Mount Kenya. Secondly, when he's talking about 10,000 roads and 5,000 in Central, you know, he's even contradicting the campaign script, because what the Kenya Kwanza team needs to do is to tell the Central Kenya that Uhuru has done nothing. Number 3, very interesting, this is visible, the UDA aspirants are keeping off from those rallies. Why? The only people that were there were Malala, ANC governor candidate, Bungoma, Ken Lusaka, Ford Kenya governor candidate. Now, the others that are UDA aspirants, especially there is a key mobilizer in Western Kenya. and that person is not utilized or is not close to Wetangula and Mudavadi, that person is known as Didmus Baraza, even though today we know he had issues. Dan Wanyama was not there. The UDA aspirants have kept off that rally. Do you know why? I want to understand that one probability is William Ruto wants to test the muscles. What really do Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula have? So they have been withdrawn so that Mudavadi and Wetangula runs the rallies alone. That is why, and he knows very well that Mudavadi may not be having quality aspirants there. Aspirants who are into the cause. Mostly what is happening is they don't want to just be in. Look at this photo. This is a poster by governor aspirant Cleophas Malala. There was no image of deputy president. Instead, it was only Mudavadi and Wetangula. So what's happening at UDA, at Western UDA camp is bigger than what we are seeing. Lastly, I have a feeling that Mudavadi and Ford Kenya are experiencing budget cuts. The money that they're being given to do all this kind of is down. And that is why the truth of the matter is mobilization was low. The another term for mobilization is money facilitation. So they don't have enough funds to do mobilization, because even if UDA aspirants would pull out, they could still use grassroots networks of their parties to mobilize people and have successful rallies. Something is amiss, and I may be wrong, but RUTO is in the coast, and the way the Kenya Kwanza campaigns have been split, I think it has huge financial demand, and it dictated for a cut in budget. This is something that really, when Mudavadi says that he's going to deliver 90%, and there is one that I don't appreciate when he says that they delivered the Western vote to Raila. In 2013, when Mudavadi was on ballot and Raila was on ballot, Raila got more votes than him. So by that time, was he delivering? Wow, Musalia Mudavadi. Guys, if you're from Western, tell us why people are not attending those rallies.